Here we are. I'm Paul, and I'm wearing a wolf shirt, and I'm sitting next to Sergio Santana. So that could only mean one thing. It's that time of year. We're going to go over the latest and greatest Mexican immigration rules and regulations and all the new updates.
That's right. Nice to see you again, and I will be here for explain you a little bit the actualization about the immigration law and the change about the special program, the digital FMM, and how you have to interest and leave the country in this new 2023.
Perfect. So I posed a question this week. I let everyone know that we're going to be talking with Sergio, and so a lot of our members and our subscribers gave their questions about Mexican immigration. But before we get into that, maybe Sergio, you can give us some general updates.
Yes.
And let us know what's going on.
Okay, of course. Well, first of all, I have a little bit change. Let's start with the consuls. Okay. About the Mexican consuls in your countries. Right now, there is not a big change, but it's really important to mention the law is the same. But as I told you before, the law works with salary minimum days. So the salary minimum day for this 2023, we're up more or less 30 pesos, 35 pesos. So the amount you have to prove for get your resident temporal or your resident permanent is a little bit more high. I will give to Paul all the general information about how amount you have to prove this 2023, but it's just that the law don't change in front of the Mexican consuls in your country. Okay? Then there is a few change in the immigration department here in Mexico, in PB and in Nueva Vallarta. That change are good, really good for you. Why? Because right now, as I explained you the last time we see us, there is a special regularization program, and this special regularization program, you don't need to present solvents, you don't need to present any vehicle or relationship with resident or Mexican, and you don't need to go to the Mexican consul. This is really simple. You just need to prove these two requirements. One, don't have to be your first time in Mexico. The second one is have interest in Mexico in 2021 or before. Just if you come to Mexico in 2021 or before, it's really simple. And the third requirement is overstay. Have stay in the country after your tourist visa expire. The last time when this special program started, the immigration department, they just was accepting visas of 180 days. Okay. So it was a little bit difficult to stay here in the country 6 months. And after that 6 months, when you overstay that time, we qualify for the resident temporal for 1, 2, 3, or 4 years without go to the consuls, without prove any relationships or money, anything of that, or go to the Mexican consul. What changed right now? This time, the good news is the special program is still active, and plus that, they already accept visas, short visas. What I mean? Right now, if you come to the country and you say, I already have been in Mexico in 2021 or before, it's not gonna be my first time in Mexico, and I'm interested in get my temporal, but I don't have time for go to the Mexican consuls, prove investments, prove saves, or monthly income, relationship with any resident or Mexican. You just have to do this. When you come to Mexico, you apply for a short visa for 5 days, 10 days, 14 days, 30 days. And after you overstay that few days in Mexico, we can complete the 3 requirements, which is have your tourist visa expire, overstay. So I already did a lot of process with clients who I give them the resident temporal for 4 years, and they just come for 2 or 3 weeks. I already have a lot of clients who they get a visa for 5 days, for 14 days, for 30 days, And after that days, we just go one day, complete the process in the immigration department, and if the machine for cards is working, the same day, they give us the card, the resident temporal card.
So the machine has to be working. That means that they have the plastic and they have everything
Exactly.
ready to go?
Exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes
they don't, right?
Yes, that's the only thing we cannot guarantee.
Yeah.
I can guarantee we can complete the process and get the resident temporal, but sometimes the machine is not working really good or they don't have plastics.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. We will have to wait maybe 1 week or 2 weeks maximum.
What if I bring my own plastic?
We wish we can do that.
No, that doesn't work?
Not for now.
I'm trying. Okay.
And well, that's the big change right now in the immigration departments. Plus that, just for actualizing the information, in the immigration department in PB, right now they already have a machine for print cards too. They are not give us the card the same day because they have just a few months with this new machine and they are like learning how to complete all the process in 1 day. But in the immigration department in Nuevo Vallarta, they are still printing the cards the same day. All this year, every process we complete, the same day, they give us the card.
Okay.
The difference between PV and Nuevo Vallarta, Nayarit is in PV, we have to make an appointment. So if you want to complete the process in PV, you have to let me know 3 weeks, 1 month before you come, so I can go to apply an appointment for the days you will be here in Mexico. If you want to complete the process in Nuevo Vallarta, Nayarit, of course I'll appreciate if you can let me know before, but work more that office for urgent process because we don't need to make an appointment. The only difficult about this difference is in PV, you get your appointment, you have to do it with time, and we do it more fast, but they don't guarantee they can give us the card the same day. So the process in the day is more fast, but the negative thing is we need to make an appointment before, and we need to wait a little bit, 4 days, 1 week for picking up the card.
Okay.
And in Nuevo Vallarta, we don't need an appointment, but we need to go early. I mean 4 or 5 a.m. early. I can wait for you. You arrive at 7, 8 in the morning. The point is we have to be together over there at 9 so you can pick it up your turns.
So you go over there and you get their spot in line?
Exactly.
Is that why you're there earlier?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
In almost all the years, just a few times on the year where it's a lot of people and converts a real mess over there.
Sure.
They don't let us wait for you. But almost all the time of the year, we can go at 2, 3, 4 a.m. You just arrive a little bit before 9 because you have to pick it up the turn.
2 a.m.?
Yes.
Oh my
well,
gosh.
sometimes I went at 11, 8 of the night of the last day, 1 day before.
The night before?
Yes.
11 p.m.?
Yes.
Oh
the
my
maximum
gosh,
I
dude.
wait, or one of my assistant wait, was from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 12 hours
And where
waiting.
where are you physically waiting when you go do that?
Outside of the
outside?
building. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We
That's
buy some
crazy.
chairs.
Uh-huh.
We wait over there with chairs. And is that I try to give them at 4, 5 a.m. I give them tacos or tamales.
Okay, yeah.
And
a
they
blanket?
I try to
That's crazy.
make the wait a little bit not so hard.
And that's because it's such a demand, right? Like there's a
Yes.
lot of people moving here right now.
Yes, honestly,
Yeah.
a few attorneys and a few people don't like so much Nuevo Vallarta because you have to wait a lot of time for the turn, and for the process take a few hours.
Okay.
But the good thing is that for an urgent process,
You can just show up.
exactly, you
Yeah.
show up, you don't need an appointment, you don't need nothing, you just wake up early,
Uh-huh.
show up, get a turn, and complete the process in 1 day, and you live with your resident. If you need to do exchange a renovation or use the regularization program, we can complete the process in Nueva Vallarta without any problem.
Very good. And I'm just gonna go back to something you said. One of the what do you call it? One of the requirements is that you need to have visited Mexico before 2021. So that's like if somebody came to Mexico to like Tijuana or Rosarito for spring break in like 1989 and they never went back to Mexico, would that count?
Yes, should.
Okay.
At the end, what we was doing the last year and all this time with this program is you send me your passport, and with that passport, I was able to check in the immigration department your flus in the system.
Yeah.
So before we make the plan and prepare the documents, spend time, money, everything in that special regularization program, I check in the system and I confirm there is some interest in Mexico in 2021 or before.
Okay.
But it's really important check because sometimes my clients told me they come in a cruiser or in a little trip or walking, driving, but they didn't get the stamp or they didn't get the tourist visa. So that's what we have to confirm.
Makes sense.
Right now, they don't let us, before they was let us just present the passport, check the flus, but right now for all the demand, they don't let us check until the tourist visa is expired.
Okay.
So that's the way we have to work right now.
Yeah.
But well, almost
so the tourist visa expires after how many days? Because now I guess, usually your tourist visa would automatically be 6 months, but now it's like sometimes people get a tourist visa and they only get it for 2 weeks for the amount of time that they put that they're going to be here.
Yes.
And so they give you that stamp.
That's right.
That's probably preferable, right? For this situation, you want it smaller than 6 months.
Yes, I have a few clients who they was really worried about, hey Sergio, I come every year and they give me 120 days.
Yeah.
Because I spend 5 months, 4 months every year here.
Yeah.
And now I'm worried because they just give me 30 days.
Right.
So, well, this special program gives us 2 options. The one, of course, the preferred option is get a resident temporal, but in some case, your interest in Mexico in 2021 or before don't appear in the system, at least, at minimum, I can guarantee you another visa for 180 days.
Okay.
If you come to the country and you get a visa for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 90 days, and you will be in Mexico more than that time, I can guarantee you a visa for 180 days, a new one, here in the immigration department without leave the country.
Right.
And if you have complete that requirement that have that interest in 2021 or before, we can go directly to the temporal.
Sweet.
But at least that another tourist visa for 180 days.
So if I'm somebody and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna overstay my visa, but that makes me a little nervous. Like, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna throw me in jail?
No. Well, actually, right now, this program is for 2 things. Help the people who come to the country and they are interested in stay here more time. And the second thing is for help to the government to make a little bit of money. So right now, the last thing the government want is make you in problems, in troubles.
Sure.
So no.
Yeah.
That is not a risk right now.
Okay, that's good. Hey everybody, if you've made it this far in today's video, that means that you're getting pretty serious about moving to Mexico. So I wanted to tell you guys about the Mexico Relocation Guide. Some of the benefits of the guide include connecting with immigration facilitators, trusted realtors, bank facilitators, international moving companies, expat health insurance brokers, private relocation tour guides, and so much more. Think of the guide like having a Sergio Santana in your back pocket for all things Mexico.
Yes.
So pick up the Mexico Relocation Guide, follow the link in the description below. You were telling me there's some big changes at the airport. What's going on?
Well, I have to start with the visas.
Okay.
All the time was physical visas for the white paper. Good, and over there they was putting the normal 180 days,
Right.
but sometimes 90 days, 10 days, depend the agents and depend your response.
Sure.
Well, right now they start this program of digital tourist visas.
Okay.
So right now they are not using more paper. They just stamp you in the passport, put you how many days you have, and the date that visa expired.
Okay. And so where does somebody see how many days they have?
As I say in the stamp,
It's in
they
the stamp.
put
Okay.
in the stamp the date,
Yeah.
and they put how many days they give to you behind the stamp, and in the back they will put the date when your tourist visa will expire.
Okay.
But however, there is a digital FMM, and almost nobody explain you this.
Okay.
Okay, this is you can get your physical tourist visa, but you gotta have an app. You gotta have an account. You have to take a picture or a scan of your passport. Don't load. You have to put that passport in the system.
Okay.
Fill a little bit of information, and then the system gives to you your electronic tourist visa.
Wow.
And
Okay.
then you can download that visa. Honestly, it's a little bit difficult. I have a special account. Put your passport, put your information, download your visa, and plus that, the system just gives us 60 days, more or less 2 months, for download that electronic tourist visa.
Okay.
For this video and this situation, this new situation, I will offer to all the people to mention by WhatsApp or email. You see this video, I can download that tourist visa, electronic tourist visa, for free. Okay? Just I need a picture of your passport. I have the account. I have a few accounts with my assistant, and in one day we can download your electronic tourist visa and send it to you, just as a gift. Okay? But well, this is really important because sometimes you want to do a process of change of condition or the regularization program, and you don't have the tourist visa.
Right, you don't know.
And so for anything, for prove your legal stand in the country, for make a process in the immigration department, you will need this electronic tourist visa.
Yeah.
So this is the news about this. It's not more paper, it's digital, but it is possible to download.
Okay.
And well, add plus about that information, in the airports, it's something is happening. First, this special program about digital tourist visas start in PV and in Cancun, in these two international airports. Now, it's already active in Mexico City, and the goal is active this program in all the nation. Okay? This is one thing, and the second one is they are actualizing the system in all the international airports for this, for the way you leave the country and you come back to Mexico as a resident.
Yeah.
This is not any change for tourists, but it's a change for resident, temporal and permanent.
Right.
As I explained you in another video, it's really important when you leave the country and come back, show your resident card and your passport all the time. Okay, and don't cross in a tourist line. But there is another important thing you have to do before you leave the country. When you come back to Mexico, when you come to Mexico, it's the same. Don't cross in the tourist line, show your passport and your green card all the time.
So when you go through the custom line and you see all the foreigners, the gringos, going through those lines, and then you see maybe a few Mexicans and a couple of people there going through there, you want to go through that line. You want to go through the short line, and that's where you're going to show your
resident card,
and your
exactly.
passport.
That's right.
Yeah.
The difference is when you come back, when you leave Mexico. That's when you come to Mexico. When you leave Mexico, right now, this is not really active. It's not already active in the airport of PB, but it's already active in Cancun, in Mexico City, and another airports. Okay, what is this? If you are a tourist, just cross normal. If you are a resident, temporal or permanent, you have to go before go to the line of the airplane. You need to go to the immigration department, to the immigration office before you leave Mexico. Before you get in line for get to the airplane, you need to go to the immigration department in the airport. They will ask you are resident temporal or you are resident permanent. They will ask you a little bit information about your flight, and they will stamp you for your leave as a resident. And then you go to the line. In the line, they will confirm you already go to the immigration department in the airport, and then you can leave. If you don't do that, they will register you as a tourist. Okay? This is something really, really, really new. Before this electronic tourist visa and this new system in the airports, you just was to show your resident card and your passport and leave the country. So right now, it's just really fast, but it's a really important step. Just stop a little bit, a few minutes, present your documents. They will ask you a few questions. They will stamp your leave, and then you can leave the country to the line and leave the country. But that's really, really new.
That actually happened to me because during all of the pandemic, I was in Mexico. I didn't go back to the United States for like over a year, and I totally forgot about that process. And I was like, what do I do? And I made it all the way to my gate.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there, and then they're like, Mr. Desmond? And I was like, okay. And they go over there, and they're like, you know, you're supposed to stamp your immigration card.
Yes.
And so I was like, oh yeah. And then this gal came, and she had this machine, and she was with the the NF. She was with immigration.
Yes, the ENM agent.
And so she was not happy with me. She was like, why didn't you do this? You're so stupid. Like, no, she was just really like actually angry with me. And I was like, I'm not gonna forget this time. I got punished.
Yes. It's something new, but we have to actualize it and do what they ask.
Right.
And I think is that the most important or all the change about this after that change in the Mexican consul, they just grew up a little bit the fees for prove your income, investments, your property in Mexico, for can qualify for a resident temporary or permanent in the immigration departments. As I explained you, in PB you have to make appointments. In Nueva Vallarta you don't. Right now they accept short tourist visa for get a resident temporal, really simple. And this change in the airport, the electronic digital tourist visas, and that way you have to leave the country and come back.
Okay. So tell me again, what is special about that special program?
By this special program, you don't need to prove in case you don't have interest in 2021 or before, and you overstay your tourist visa. We just need to go with your passport, a letter request, a few documents we prepare, a couple of right payments, and that's it. And we can get a new tourist visa for 180 days. And the same for the resident temporal. It's just the passport, a few documents, letter request, a witness, payments, and documents we prepare here in the office. But no. That's one of the amazing things about this special program. You don't need to prove relationship with any Mexican or resident temporary or permanent. You don't need to prove any kind of income, investments, saves, nothing. And you don't need to go to the Mexican consul. Just here directly. They just review you have in the historial, the interest in 2021. and your tourist visa have to be expired, and that's it. That's why it's really, really amazing.
So that's part one, and in the next video, we're gonna get into all of our subscribers' questions and our members' questions. And if people want to get in contact with Sergio, where should they go?
I will give to Paul my card with all my information, but you can send me an email to my email address, sergio.santana@gmail.com. To my phone, you can make me a call or WhatsApp, or you can come to my office and make an appointment for see us here.
Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, please hit subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you in the very next video, which will be right here. Why didn't you do this? You're so stupid.
Exactly.
Okay.